Good afternoon, morning, evening, night, whatever it happens to be, where you're at. This is my first video on a how-to, and this how-to is how to play Magic the Gathering. We will start slowly and in sections. I will take time to stop and pause the video here and there to, help you learn. So, this is just the beginning lesson on how to start. Now, to start a game, you and a buddy or whoever you happen to be playing against needs to have their own decks. Decks can be any size, but the minimum size for basic constructed is 60. And so, to start the game, you have to decide who's going first. You can do this in many ways: flip a coin, game of rock, paper, scissors, arm wrestling, I think. And among some circles, you can arm wrestle, but I'm pretty sure in the professional arena, you're not supposed to. My personal favorite is dice roll. So I have a dice here. Complements Wizard of the Coast. Now, this is actually technically a spin down, but what you do is you take and roll. And, I got a 3. Let's roll for the invisible opponent over there. And he got a 4. Both low rolls, but he got higher. So he gets to go first if he was there, but this is a lesson, so it doesn't matter. So we take our dice, set it to the marker, which marks for 20, and these will represent our life totals. Now, there's a lot of ways you can keep life totals, but the most popular is either pencil and pen or, of course, dice. After you've decided who's going first, you draw your 7 cards, and if you don't like your hand, you can mulligan, and depending on what play group you're with, sometimes it's something called friendly sevens. Sometimes, they don't care. You just draw till you get your hand. And some people make you follow the rule of every time you mulligan, you get rid of a card. So, say you mulligan twice, that means you would be getting rid of 2 cards and only allowed to draw 5 for your opening hand. So, we're going to draw our first 7. Now that we have our 7, we are going to get right into some of the basics. Now, to start each turn, you have to draw or take a play depending on if it's the beginning of the game. Now, this is the beginning of the game, so I will not draw an additional card since I'm going first. Now, one of the things you have to know about playing this game is this game's a lot about resource management. One such resource is mana or lands. You can only play 1 land a turn unless you have something that says elsewise. Now, if you guys are wondering, yes, these cards are moderately somewhat old. 6 years old. Well, you can look at the bottom, technically 7, but potato potato. Anyway, as I said, you can only play 1 a turn, so let's get right into the game. I'm going to play some land. I'm going to tap 1. And we're going to go ahead and slap this little dinky 1/1 vigilante on the battlefield. Now, normally we would call turn, and it would be enemy's turn. But, there's no enemy, and we're learning. So we're going right back to our turn. And we're going to go to our phases. Now that I have you here, let's stop just for a little bit and talk about something called convert mana cost. There are all kinds of mana costs out there when you go to play this game. Now, just remember, when you see a symbol of any kind, that counts as 1. And just for reference, these two cards actually have the exact same converted mana cost. They just aren't the same colors of mana to cast. For example, this enchantment costs 1 and a white. So always remember the number you see and then count your symbols. Like this one. The number you see, which is there's no numbers, and then the symbols. So 1, 2. This converted mana cost is 2. A mountain or a fire, and a plains or a sun. So this is my main phase. We are going to play a land. And we're going to tap 2 and play this card. Now back to how to play. This is now my combat step, which I'll, just for interest of the lesson, tap this creature to attack. Now remember, anytime a creature attacks, you have to tap it to symbolize it's being used. Remember that. Now, let's talk about combat. My creature is tapped and attacking. My opponent has a 1/1. He is going to choose to block with it. Now, because the other creature has a power of 1 and a toughness of 1, these two creatures will trade, which means they both will be dead at the end of combat. Now, combat is over. This creature has gone to the graveyard and is no longer in play. Now, this phase is called the end step. This is you factoring in each end step triggers, you factor in your health, and you pass turn to your opponent. Remember, this game isn't as hard as people make it out to be. It's actually rather simple. There's not many complex rules that should confuse most people. But the rule of the game is learn, live, have fun. You have to have fun. There's no reason in doing this if you're not having fun. And always respect your opponent. Play fair. And read the call. Well, that's all I have for you tonight, or today, or whenever you're watching this. If you have any questions on how to play, or suggestions on how I can improve, or things you'd like to learn besides this, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. I will ask you to refrain from leaving any rude comments or rude criticisms. This is a public channel. I don't want anyone cursing. If I do see you cursing in the comments, I'll probably just remove your comment. I don't want that to hear. So have a good evening, or whatever time it happens to be, and thank you for watching.